So this is the reason why I say na ang Airbnb arbitrage ay sobrang scalable. Bakit? Kasi usually, yung startup cost mo lang when you do an Airbnb arbitrage is roughly around 70 to 120k depending on the unit that nanapili mo. Let's just make an example. For example, this unit that I'm in right now is a unit that I have in Makati. So this is one of the high-end unit that I'm currently renting. So this unit, I'm renting it for 22,000 every month. I got this unit for 1 month advance and 2-month deposit. I wasn't able to negotiate the rate with the owner. They really don't want to lower it down to 1+1, 1 month advance, 1 month deposit. But that's still okay for me. I only have to spend 66,000 to get this unit. This was a fully furnished unit already. So again, remember to always choose semi or fully furnished unit para hindi na malaki yung gagastusin mo para maging ready yung isang unit mo to be listed in Airbnb. So I spent at least roughly 93,500 to 800, something like that. And again, that's the reason why I always recommend to choose at least the semi or fully furnished unit. So di nga umabot ng 100k, which is what I recommend. If you want to start an Airbnb arbitrage, make sure you have a capital of at least 100k to make sure na ready lahat ng essentials na need mo to list your Airbnb. So yeah, let's run the numbers for me to show you on how scalable it is. So again, I spent 93,500 to get the unit, and my monthly operation is roughly 30 to 35,000 depending on the turnover that I get every month. That's like a 22,000 rent every month, 5 to 7k utilities like yung tubig, electricity, and then yung internet. And also there's like the cleaning costs or cleaning fee if you don't want to clean the unit yourself. But again, I suggest if this is your first time doing so, clean the unit yourself kasi ito yung pinakamalaking gastos when you do an Airbnb. So I usually spend at least 7 to 10,000 a month depending on how frequent is your turnover. So that's, let's say 6,000 yung ginagastos mo every month on the utilities, 7,000 on the cleaning costs. So that's 35,000 operation costs every month. But the good thing about this, since I got this in Makati and one of the high-end building here in Makati, kasi free lahat ng amenities, and there are a lot of amenities here: pool, gym, arcade game, playroom, movie room, may movie room din. So what I usually charge on this unit is 28,000 to 3,500. I adjust that depending on the booking that I get every month. But let's say 3,000 yung average ko on a monthly basis. And let's just say 50% lang yung occupancy rate mo kasi low season ngayon on August. That is still like 45,000 for 15 days if you charge 3,500 per night on the unit. So you still have like profit for around 7 to 10k for just 50%. But now, since it is a bare months, let's say 70% to 90% na yung occupancy rate mo. So that would be around 60,000 to 85,000. Less your operation costs, 35k. Let's say 40k kasi mas mataas yung bills na babayaran mo if mafu-fully booked ka kasi mas gamit yung mga appliances. So 40k, that's still like 40 plus profit every month if you are on the 80% range on your booking. So let's just do a quick summary kasi medyo magulo yung calculation ko kanina habang nasa unit ako. So again, I got the unit for 66,000, 1 month advance and 2 months deposit. And after that, I have spent at least 27 to 28k on designing the unit. So that's why it was 93,000 plus. Again, the operation costs ranges from 35 to 40K. So yung example kanina, 3,000, that's actually the real number. 3,000 yung sinisingil ko for the month of August until October on my daily average rate for that unit. So again, 50% booking or occupancy can cover the operation cost, which is what you should be looking for. Kailangan yung mga unit or yung location na makikita mo or hahanapin mo has like high average daily rate or high occupancy rate, or also kailangan nagtutugma yung dalawa. Like if hindi sobrang taas ng either one, kailangan yung operation costs mo is makakover pa rin ng daily average rate and then ng occupancy rate na kahit 50% lang to make sure na profitable yung property. And also, that unit is at 100% fully booked until October 21st since I got 3 long-term booking on it. So, that's why I said it is so scalable. Kasi yung 100% na bookings na yon, there is at least on a monthly basis 30 to 50K net profit, which I can use again to get another unit. And once I get the other unit, and if cash flow is doing great na on that unit, I can add another unit again with the profit of both 2 units. So it should be much more earlier than what I did on this unit. So usually yung ROI mo on Airbnb arbitrage ranges from 3 months to 6 months. So after that, it's just pure profit. So if you got the unit for like a 2-year to 5-year lease, you can save a lot on your initial costs, which is finding a unit, paying for security deposit and advance, and then redesigning it. So it's better if you do a long-term lease. I suggest if you are new, just do a 2-year lease on one unit. If you found one that you think is something that can work, do a 2-year instead of 1 year, kasi you'll have to renew it after a year again, and the price could change, which is not that great as a business, and it could lower your profit also. So yeah, that's why it is so scalable, kasi you can keep adding new unit every other 3 to 6 months, and once you have more units, I think you can add way more faster kasi mas madami ka ng profit na pinanggagalingan. Although, as always, you have to stay cautious also on the scaling, because there's always a risk for it to go down. Again, if you want to know more on Airbnb or Airbnb arbitrage, like, follow, share, and comments down below if you have any specific questions.